This little shit.
Puta. Sleeping in the black belt. You know what I'm saying?
Moment of truth. Oh, damn.
It's an uncomfortable day when you realize that working harder a lot of the times is actually making you worse. I sometimes think that we can close our fists so tightly and think that we need to strive and work harder. And really what we need to do is just go on a walk. Really what we just need to do is create some space from the act, call it incubation. I think it's one of the most important things for creatives. I think it's one of the most important things for athletes. And so therefore I think it's a great thing for people who are just living their life. We need to have space away from the act. For my whole life, I thought that if I wasn't working, I was wasting time. And that's a dangerous thought. I thought that way my entire 5 years of college baseball. And I genuinely think that sometimes I just spun myself in circles and I was just doing busy work. I wasn't even doing things that were actually moving the needle. I would argue at times taking a nap would move the needle more for me. I would argue that going on a walk, drawing, getting creative, like just doing something that is completely separate from baseball would have served me in such a greater way. Honestly, how about this? Just do nothing. I think that when you are in that bored state is when you start to receive ideas. Maybe your subconscious mind just finally has space to open up to new ideas, or maybe it actually is a straw that you are opening up and receiving ideas, as Michael Jackson and Prince believed. In The Artist's Way, she talks about how we can pinch that straw sometimes. And so I think my greatest way of pinching that straw is striving and striving and striving. And sometimes I just need to be boredom maxing, because when I boredom max, I actually have more creative ideas. My energy is replenished. By the way, even Jesus rested, and I'm better for it. So too long didn't listen. We need to be incubation maxing.
Isaiah 60:22, at the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Hey, God's going to work it all out. What's going wrong in your life right now, and maybe it seems like nothing is going right, God's going to work it out. It's going to make sense in a little bit, but it's just got to get hard. You got to go through them rocky roads, and God just got to test your strength a little bit. God just got to test your faith a little bit, but it's all going to work out. Stop beating yourself up. Stop worrying about all the bad days and everything that's going wrong. Think about the shit that's going right. Oh, well, nothing's going right. Yes, it is. You woke up today. Yes, it is. You got breath in your lungs. You got strength in your body. You able to put your feet on the ground. It is going right. But at the right time, I, the Lord, will bless you, as said in Isaiah 60:22. So just have faith, man. Let God be God. When it says in Psalms 46, be still and know that I am God. Know that God's working for you. You ain't just unlucky. You ain't just got the short end of the stick. You ain't just the one person in the world that don't got luck. No, you pray when it gets good, and you pray when it gets bad, and at the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen on God's timing, not your timing, on God's timing. This ain't a us thing. This ain't a, oh, I think it should be this time. God holding that thing back because he knows that you ain't ready for it, and if he blesses you with the blessing that you asking for, you won't be able to hold on to it, and then you gonna have to stomach the feeling of you losing it. And you gonna try to blame everything on yourself instead of just realizing, hey, I'm on God's timing. It ain't time for that yet. I'm not ready for that yet, but you want it so bad, and you asking for it. But if he gave it to you right now, would you be able to hold on to it? The answer's no. Because if it was the right time, God would have blessed you with it.
Not to overpower, not to outrun, to outlast. And it is the one superpower you own that you've never once respected, because it doesn't look like a superpower at all. Go back far enough, and this is how your ancestors survived. They couldn't catch the antelope in a sprint. It was faster every time, so they didn't sprint. They walked. They followed it while it bolted and rested, and they just kept coming, hour after hour under the sun, until the fast animal's legs gave out and the slow patient one walked up and took it. The fast thing died. The thing that wouldn't stop ate. And here's what should stay with you. Your ancestor was the weaker animal. Slower, softer, no claws, no speed. It won anyway, not by being stronger, but by being the one that refused to stop. That engine is still in you, idling, while you sit there convinced you're not built for anything. Because you've measured yourself by the wrong thing your whole life. You looked at the fast ones, the gifted ones, the people who were obviously born for it, and you saw you weren't that, and you counted yourself out before the race even started. But speed was never what this was won on. Watch how it actually goes. The fast ones shoot ahead and burn out. The gifted ones ride the gift until they become complacent and it runs dry. And the person still standing at the end is almost never the one who looked most likely at the start. It's the one nobody was watching, the one who just refused to leave. So here's the truth about how the thing you want actually gets won, and it should change how you see all of it. Nobody's gonna beat you, they're going to quit. The people you're up against will stop on their own, with fuel still in the tank, because they'll hit the part that's slow and flat and gives nothing back. And they'll read that part as a wall. It isn't a wall. It's the stretch that exists to clear out everyone who thought this would feel good the whole way, and it clears almost all of them out. But here's the part you've never understood, the reason you quit things you were fully able to finish. You expected the hard part to feel hard, dramatic, painful, something you could brace against and push through. So when it finally arrives and it's just slow and gray and boring, day after day of nothing happening, you don't even realize it's the hard part. It doesn't feel like a battle. It feels like nothing. So you drift off, not beaten, just bored, telling yourself you'll come back when it picks up again. The hardest part of anything doesn't arrive as pain. It arrives as tedium, as a long flat stretch where nothing happens and no one claps, and you have to keep going with no evidence it's working. That's the part that beats people, not the suffering, the nothing. So stop trying to be the fast one. Every second you spend wishing you were quicker is energy stolen from the only race you can actually win. The fast ones are already scheduled to disappear, gone before the halfway mark, wrecked by their own sprint, while you keep moving at the same steady pace you started at. The pace that looked like weakness, right up until it was the last one still going. You don't need to be smarter or quicker than them, you just need to still be there when they're gone. This is what your inherited power actually is, and you've been taught to look for the wrong thing. Endurance is not gritting your teeth harder than everyone else. It's more subtle than that, and far less impressive. It's taking one more dull, unremarkable step on a day that showed you nothing, and then doing it again tomorrow without needing the day to feel like progress. It's staying in the thing through the boring middle, the part where nothing is happening, and every reasonable voice says this clearly isn't working, and moving anyway. That's the whole power, not force, not intensity. The refusal to mistake boredom for a dead end. So the next time you're deep in something and everything in you wants to call it, when it's gone quiet and slow, and you're half convinced it isn't working, and was never meant for you, see that moment for what it is. That is not the signal to leave. That is the field thinning. That is the exact point where everyone faster than you is dropping out, and the only thing being asked of you is that you keep walking while they fall. Because what you want was never going to the strongest or the fastest. It goes to the last one standing. It goes to the patient and the determined. You just need to outlast them, the one thing your body has known how to do since long before you were born, waiting all this time for you to stop apologizing for not being fast and use what you already are.
Who believes even their failures are blessings. Because every setback becomes a lesson. Every rejection becomes redirection. Every closed door becomes preparation for a better one. How do you stop someone who refuses to see defeat as the end? You can't. Because while everyone else is discouraged, they're growing. While everyone else is complaining, they're learning. While everyone else is quitting, they're becoming stronger. That's what faith does. It changes the way you see every obstacle. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, What is this preparing me for? That's when failure loses its power, because it no longer has the ability to stop you. It only has the ability to shape you. So don't fear the setbacks. Embrace them, because the person who sees every failure as part of God's plan becomes impossible to defeat. The hardest part isn't chasing the dream. It's staying locked in when nothing around you looks like progress, when you're putting in the work, but the results haven't shown up, when you're sacrificing, but nobody notices, when you're praying, and all you hear is silence. That's where most people quit. Not because they aren't capable, but because they mistake invisible progress for no progress. But some of the most important growth happens where you can't see it. Discipline is being built. Character is being refined. Faith is being tested. Just because the harvest hasn't come doesn't mean the seeds aren't growing. So don't let what you see determine what you believe. Stay locked in. Keep showing up. Keep trusting the process. Because one day, everything you've been building in silence will speak so loudly that nobody will remember how long it took. You can't go back and change your beginning. You can't rewrite the mistakes. You can't undo the pain. You can't relive the opportunities you missed. But that's not where your power is. Your power has never been in yesterday. It's in what you decide to do today. Because one decision, one habit, one act of faith can completely change the direction of your life. Don't let your past convince you that your future has already been written. It hasn't. Every chapter from this moment forward is still yours to write. So stop looking in the rearview mirror, lift your eyes, take the next step, and trust that God can do more with your future than your past ever took from you. Because you may not be able to change your beginning, but you can start today and change your ending.
1 year can change everything if you treat it like your last chance. Most people underestimate what they can do in 12 months of pure focus. But the truth is, 1 year of obsession can replace a decade of average effort. You don't need permission to start. You don't need support. You just need a plan and the courage to execute it when no one believes in you. Every day you waste waiting for perfect conditions is a day you could have been building. The money, the freedom, the status, it's all waiting behind your consistency. The question isn't can you? It's will you stay locked in long enough for success to have no choice but to find you? This is your millionaire season. Act like it.
God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. That's why you don't need to have all the answers before you begin. You don't need to be the smartest, the richest, or the most experienced. If God has placed a calling on your life, He already knows what you're missing, and He knows how to prepare you for it. Because your story was never meant to be about what you could accomplish on your own. It was meant to show what God could do through someone willing to say yes. That's how miracles happen. That's how lives are changed. That's how ordinary people become an inspiration to others. So stop disqualifying yourself before you've even started. Walk in faith. Take the next step. And let God develop the person your calling requires. Because the greatest testimony isn't that you were already qualified. It's that God transformed you into exactly who you needed to become.